I think anybody that lived in the Crescenta Valley has grown up being interested in the Rockhaven property. It holds a certain amount of mystery.
There's a police captain who, as a child, walked back and forth along the fence in the front. And always there was a mystique about the site, about what was going on behind the ivy fences in here. He had never been on this site. 40 years he had driven back and forth and walked by it as a child. He so badly wanted to get onto the site to find out what was actually behind those walls. For him, it was having a mystery unraveled of sort.
This facility has a place in the history of this valley.
The major industry of this valley, its founding father, Benjamin Briggs, based this valley's industry on sanitariums like this one.
And it's the last link left to this valley's past.
It was so refreshing. The grounds were so beautiful. I mean, you just couldn't be in a bad mood there because it was just gorgeous. The flowers, the trees, and the old buildings.
This site was owned by essentially the same family ownership until very recently, and the world seems to have changed around it.
Agnes Richards was at one time a nurse at the county hospital, but there was moments when she had the yearn to have a place of her own, and that spark triggered a lot of things in her head. Where could she find that place? Well, where better a place could she find?
My grandmother, as a young nurse, worked at some of the state institutions in California and was very depressed by the care that the patients got. And she thought that she could do a better job. And so she opened Rockhaven in January 1923 for 6 ladies.
This was a place to protect people, to take care of them, a certain innocence to the patients and residents that were here. And of course, there's a beauty to it.
I don't think that there would ever be a place for anybody to be taken care of as well as Rockhaven, with Pat and her grandmother taking care of them.
I think this place is important to preserve on 2 levels. This valley is particularly lacking in a cultural center. We don't have a place where classes are held, where artists can display their stuff, where a historical society can meet. So this would serve that purpose. The second level would be, it's important to the history of this valley in that this is the last surviving element of its original industry.
It's important to know the history of anyone's history or the history of a place that you live in. I think it just gives you a connection to the past that is really needed for future generations.
Rockhaven is significant. In fact, this is probably one of the top half-dozen most significant sites in the city of Glendale from the standpoint of history. And what is remarkable is that it's all still here.
There's a specialness to this piece of property that in a sense time forgot or progress moved on around it.
I can see the potential for a wonderful plans that the city has expressed that they want to make here, and I'm very excited about that because I think it's such a wonderful compliment to my grandmother and to Rockhaven that this will be a community center that everyone can enjoy.
And it's going to be a fabulous park, like a number of other parks that we have with historic components in it.
The trees, the setting is so beautiful here. It creates a lot of different potential opportunities, and that's what the City Council saw, and the community.
We will preserve Rockhaven and offer it back to the residents of Glendale as a time capsule of what our past was, and perhaps in doing that a little glimmer of what Glendale's future is in preserving our history and our traditions.